today's video, we all know how this feels. So today we are watching I tried to get sleep paralysis. We're about to find out how it feels.
Imagine waking up in your bed, everything seems completely normal, but then you realize you can't move at all. Your heart starts racing, then you start to look around a little and you see something in the corner of your room.
Hell no.
Whatever it is, it seems so real that you think someone's actually in your room. So you try to say something, but you can't speak at all. Then
you feel like your tongue's getting pulled back. Like that shit feels like you can't speak. Like, like it feels crazy. I had this feeling so much, and I feel like I'm drowning. That shit's scary.
Starts coming closer. You can feel it. You can hear it. You can see it. This is sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
And this happens to a lot more people than you would think. But why does this happen? Are these things people are seeing demons? And can I force sleep paralysis to happen?
Okay, my theory to this is that it's like how we dream. If you guys don't know how dreams are made or how we are able to dream, is basically every time we go to bed, when we're unconscious, our brain is just picking up things from what we did today and from the past and putting it all together. That way, one day, you can have, let's say you were studying, right? Before school. You may have a dream that's gonna be scary. You're gonna have a nightmare. Why? Because you were stressing at one point. So what your body tries to do is, this is how nightmares are also created, and it's when the body tries to help you stress, but not when you're awake. That's why you get nightmares. So you can stress while you're asleep.
Happened to myself. Thanks to PDS Dev for sponsoring the video. This video was inspired by a dude named Cody Hales. I saw that he tried to also get sleep paralysis. A lot of people seem to see the same entities, and a lot of people think these entities are demons. So the way I'm gonna try to figure that out, talk to people I know who have experienced sleep paralysis. Then I did research all across the web to figure out 6 methods of getting this to happen to yourself. If I can...
The most common one I've seen is if you sleep straight in your bed. That's the one I've seen. Like, you just like this. I think that's the one that happened to me the most.
Force sleep paralysis on myself, I could understand these entities. Maybe he's misunderstood, a little bit weird, but he chill. And then after all of this, I'm gonna talk to an expert who's studied what happens in that dome of yours when you're going through sleep paralysis. First, I started talking to people with sleep paralysis experiences to see if I could learn how to do it and what they think these things are.
Alright guys,
hell no.
Little cumtism. Nikki? Ramses.
When I was younger, I definitely got it a lot more.
I was maybe like 14, 15.
It was mainly a thing when I was growing up.
I remember one time I woke up and I did not want to go to school like at all. Convincing my mom to not let me go, but she didn't make me go. And she gave me some medicine. So I went to sleep, take a little nap. Bro, I wake up.
Not me though. I be raw dogging my nightmares and my sleep paralysis though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just nonchalant shit about, you know what I'm saying? Touch on the ground over Buddha.
And I can't move. And my mom's not at home right now. It's just me.
She paralyzed you, bro.
Damn. It was just like a black, like shadow figure. I started trying to scream. I was like, it couldn't scream, bro. And
See, that's what I
and
said.
it just kept getting closer and closer. And then I heard my mom.
Okay, about the about the shadow figures, I've never seen the shadow figures. I've gotten the part where like I can't talk. I just haven't got the part where it was a demon. It was something scary. Like for example, it was like a doll or something like that, but it was never a like a shadow figure for me.
She came home, bro. The shadow walked around my bed, and then I never seen that. Like it went towards the door, and like I was still screaming. Like, and then the other time, my mom, it just looked like she was a
hell
zombie.
no.
I had my first ever sleep paralysis that I remember when I was on a car ride with my parents. I was in the back seat and I was kind of like forward sleeping, and then I woke up and I heard both of my parents at the front talking, and I tried to like talk to them, and I tried to be like, I'm awake now, like hi, and I couldn't move, and I started screaming, and I started screaming.
Hell no. In the car is crazy. See, that's why, hey, shawty, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you have me around, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go to bed, I'll protect you, you know what I'm saying? On some shit for you, that shit that the grab though.
Move, like something's wrong, and they couldn't hear me. Everything started becoming white, and then I woke up. My second one I want to share with you. It was a week before I went ghost hunting with Sam and Colby.
By the way, guys, I'm actually collabing with Sam and Colby at 2 million. You've collabed with Sam and Colby.
I've collabed with Sam and Colby, and it's so fun.
2 million, guys. I promise it will happen. Please subscribe.
And I had just moved into my new house. My bedroom was upstairs, and I was laying in my bed and I heard the front door downstairs open. So I couldn't move and I couldn't say anything, and I heard steps, wet steps, coming into my house.
Even worse
That wasn't
than
me.
normal steps.
That wasn't me.
Way worse than normal steps. And I hear something in my ears scream for help and like gurgling.
That's so terrible.
It's so weird because sometimes you're like, oh, that was a dream, but it feels so real.
It's
I
called
remember
lucid
laying
dream,
there.
baby.
No one was in the room. I'm there probably like on a Saturday, Sunday, no school, or maybe it's vacation. And I remember I had the controller in my hand, sleeping like this, facing upwards. And I wake up, not being able to move.
Notice how everybody's sleeping upwards? I feel like that gotta be some scientific reason. Cause why is every time that we go to bed upwards, we get some like this? Like, what's the science? It gotta be some scientific reason for it.
All of a sudden, I feel the controller starts like slowly like piercing my skin, like kind of like needles going into my skin. And I remember just trying to push up, but not being able to do anything.
Yo,
Just-
these AI
I don't know,
videos,
let's say
bro.
where that door is, there's a bathroom. I see like a pair of eyes staring at me. I'm kind of getting like this one, just staring, just thinking
I'm
about
getting
it,
goosebumps.
but just staring at me like this, like, and the curtains kind of peeled back, which made it even more freaky. I remember waking up for 3 seconds. I look at it, 3-4 seconds, and then comes out.
Dude, that's
and I remember
insane.
that I did not sleep after that. I was like, all right, well,
That's
I'm awake.
insane. Were you sleeping on your back?
Yeah, I was.
I think for
See?
me, it happened the most when I would
Sleep on your back.
straight.
Like on your back?
Everybody wants
Okay,
to
that's
sleep in
what
their
people
back.
were saying.
Yeah.
If you sleep on your back, that's why you can have sleep paralysis. I've never slept on my
I
back.
have that. Oh wait, so that
Yes?
doesn't even matter?
No, I mean it doesn't for me because I've never slept on my back.
Cross that one out. Was it a pill?
Yeah, it was pill and like almost like
Okay, so if it's not in the back, then okay, we can start narrowing shit down though. I gotta start realizing some shit ain't part of the system. Okay.
Tylenol pill bottle.
So he could have influence with
starting with
with
an A.
pills.
I will tweak out for sure.
Something that does
Hold on, she bad. What is that on her chest? Yes, I'm staring at her chest. Aiming so I can focus on two things at once. If you ever heard Kanye West lyrics, you know what I'm talking about. Shannon, shut. I'm not even gonna try to summon no demon. That's probably what it is. I'm just gonna keep
trigger
on
my
moving.
sleep paralysis though is lack of sleep. That usually can trigger sleep
Lack of
paralysis.
sleep?
If I get sleep
That's
paralysis
another one.
and I see something, I hope it's you, bro.
No, I hope so too, bro.
I don't know. I don't think I'd be scared.
Unless I was just naked.
Do you think it was like an actual entity, a demon possibly, or just your brain like tripping out?
It could be because I've
Damn, she
heard from a lot of people that before and after going ghost hunting they experience sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably just my brain.
I also think
I
that
feel like it is
the
the brain.
brain is so powerful.
After talking to some of my friends and going over even more terrifying stories on my own,
There was this distorted face of a man looking between the crack.
I felt like I was ready and a little bit scared to give this a try for myself to try to figure out what
Man,
is
I'm
even
scared.
happening and what
Yeah, see
are
how I'm
sleep
sitting? I'm sitting down
paralysis
like I'm
demons.
L.
It is officially night 1 of trying to get sleep paralysis. So as you can see, this is the bed cam. Everybody clap it up for the bed cam. There's
Yeah,
a few
clap.
things that kind of just cause sleep paralysis to happen in general. One of them is just sleeping on your back. Secondly, if you're a little bit stressed, when
See?
you're physically
See?
exhausted.
What'd I say? I'm right about this shit, man. Stop
So
playing
night
with
1
me.
and method 1 of this terrifying experiment that I'm conducting is called WBTB, Wake Back to Bed. Here's how you do this one. First,
back
you
to
go to
bed.
bed at a normal time. Then you set an alarm to wake you up 4 to 6 hours later. When you wake up, you spend 20 to 60 minutes researching, watching videos, whatever, about sleep paralysis. Or you can also meditate, and it says keep the lights dim. Then
See, this is what I'm thinking. Because he said that, right? Now what has to happen is he's gonna remember it. Because remember, fun fact, if you guys don't know, if you study for something before, at night, before you go to bed, you're most likely to remember it. How do I know? Because I read a full script before my play, and it only took me 3 days to finish it because I read the whole thing in before I went to bed.
you return back to bed, just lying there, relaxed and aware. And then as you fall asleep, try to focus on mentally staying awake as your body transitions into sleep.
I have a theory now. If that's the shit that's going on, what if we're accessing like the third realm? Like we're accessing like the void or something? Because if we, physical bodies is asleep, but our mental body is awake. What if we're accessing like some sort of like realm, and that's what causes shit? And we are seeing shit, but our body just can't handle it. And that's why we can't scream or move. Hold on now. I'm on to some now.
Watch a few Instagram reels before I go to bed. Please don't judge me on that one. I know you do it too. You know, you're probably in bed watching this, or maybe on the toilet. That's one of three things.
I do on the
so
toilet.
now I'm going to turn this into night vision, and now what was just a normal camera has turned into the freaky cam. Oh, this feels so weird, dude. Right now it's 2:19, so I'm setting a timer for around 7:30. All right, good night, guys.
Good night.
So this first night we were starting off with method 1, I was feeling good about this. I did all the steps, I feel like perfectly, and then I fell asleep. I knocked out. And I realized I move way more in my sleep than I thought. I used to sleepwalk really, really bad, but I guess I don't do that. And sleep talk, but I guess I stopped that too. Maybe I'm my own sleep paralysis demon. Oh no, I'm just schizophrenic. Am I right, Jerry?
Alright guys, so basically I slept for 5 hours. Then I watched a really terrifying sleep paralysis video, and then I watched a less terrifying one, just kind of saying how to do it. The final step, I kind of just lay here and try to mentally stay awake while letting my body sleep. Okay, here we go. Trying to stay mentally awake.
But then, this is when things started to get weird. I remember opening up one of my eyes like this. I was like, oh, I'm awake. Everything's normal, right? No, I tried to lift my arms up, and this is mind-blowing because this is the first night I tried this. I could not move. Immediately when I realized that, I was like, holy shit, W in the chat, first of all, poggers. But reality set in, and my heart started racing. Then I started looking around the room, like just with my eyes, because I couldn't move. Literally, in my head, I was thinking, I'm about to see something crazy. I actually don't even really remember what happened after that. I just remember eventually being able to sit up, and I never saw anything.
Thought that happened for a second. I feel like I can move.
It definitely was sleep paralysis. At first, I wasn't really sure because I didn't see a demon, but maybe they're just shy. They just haven't come out yet. Like I said, he's a little bit weird, Jerry. So
okay, so my theory is, if that is true, it may be something related to how exhausted you are and the stress. I feel like those are the two factors that are the reason why we get sleep paralysis.
So off the bat, crazy start. So this moved to night 2.
Night 2.
It's night 2 with the freaky bed cam. Method 2 is called MISP, Mental Induction of Sleep Paralysis. Okay, so here's the steps. Relax your body completely laying on your back. Keep your mind awake and alert. Repeating a mantra. I'm entering sleep now, or counting slowly, or visualizing a repetitive motion. Ooh, what do I want to do? I guess I'll just say, I'm entering sleep now. I'm entering sleep now. I'm entering sleep now. I'm gonna go crazy. Remain still and resist the urge to move. After 10 to 20 minutes, you may start to feel vibrations, hear sounds, or see visual distortions. I'm not taking drugs. There's no way this happens just from repeating something and not moving. I think that's the way you would lucid dream too. So I'm either be able to fly, get all the ladies I want, get all the goth girls and white monsters I want, or I'm gonna see demons coming out of my closet and touching me.
I might have to do this. So that's why it takes to get goth girls.
Just lay on my back, repeat a phrase. I'm entering sleep now. I'm entering sleep now.
Having sleep paralysis probably makes you lose so much sleep, but you know what makes you lose even more sleep? Debt. You could have credit card, medical, or personal
that'd be a sponsor. There we go.
Once again, I followed all the steps perfectly, I think. This time, though, I remember waking up for literally like 30 seconds. It felt like I was really drunk and then everything's spinning. It kind of felt like that. So I opened up my eyes and then I couldn't move for like maybe 10 seconds and then I could. And I was like, oh, okay, I just ruined it. Great job, Gavin. I'm never gonna be able to see Jerry at this point. And that's basically it. After each morning, I'm very tired and confused. That's why I'm recording it like this. Because you can't trust 3 a.m. Gavin. Freaky Gavin, I like to call him. He's kind of my alter ego.
Once 9 p.m. hits, I'm a freaky Omar.
Alright guys, it's the morning, and method 2, didn't work. No sleep paralysis. Night 3. To quickly
What's
recap.
considered sleep paralysis? He's saying he got it for 1 second and 30 seconds. Isn't that technically sleep paralysis?
Night 1, low-key kind of got sleep paralysis, but didn't see anything, and it was super short. Night 2, I might have got it for like 30 seconds. But we're on to method 3. A lot of sleep paralysis episodes are linked to stress, trauma, or anxiety. So before going to bed, engage with creepy, emotional, intense anxiety.
Maybe that's why I get dolls, because I have trauma against Chucky.
Inducing material. Avoid.
Yeah, I used to watch Chucky when I was
bedtime
like real
routines.
little.
I think what would work the best is watching scary sleep paralysis stories. The one I was watching the first night, it had the most disturbing visuals ever. So I'm gonna find more like that and just watch those terrifying ones right before bed. Alright, this one's 11 minutes from Mr. Nightmare. This sucks because it's like from the POV of a guy laying in his bed, and it's like my exact POV.
What I saw was pure nightmare fuel.
Oh,
I just finished that video of the very creepy stories, and part of this method is
sleep paralysis is being unable to move at all despite feeling / being aware, I think. Okay, but how much does it count for though? Because it technically can happen to you for a second or 30 seconds.
It's just not like de-stressing or anything, so I'm just immediately going to try to go to bed now.
Night 3, fell asleep, and something insane. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I edged you. Nothing.
That was probably the most unsuccessful night.
Yeah, I don't think this method was great.
On to night 4. I moved my bed a little, by the way. Tonight's method is wake-initiated sleep paralysis. This one's really easy. I just pick a word and basically repeat it in my head over and over and ignore any hallucinations. I hope if I see a sleep paralysis demon, I hope he chill as hell. I feel like everybody's just really scared of their sleep paralysis demons, but like, did you ever ask them how they are?
Mine, okay, for my experience, I wasn't scared of mine. I was just looking at it though. Like, yeah, it was creepy, but I was just like, what are you doing here? Aren't you like a doll or something? So I was just kicked it.
Just wanted
that was pretty easy.
You know, the word I'm gonna repeat, I changed it, is friend. Because I want to become friends with the sleep paralysis demon.
Night 4, repeated the word friend in my head because I want to be friends with Jerry. What kept happening is I kept like almost falling asleep and I was like, oh shoot, I need to keep repeating the word. Just nothing happened once again. The last 2 nights were busts. I actually was talking to a guy at my gym today and he was telling me how he had sleep paralysis and I told him that I was trying to experience it and he's like, bro, you don't want to do that. It's not something you guys should try to do. This is idiots only.
Method 5. Basically, it says take a nap. The nap must be no longer than 2 hours. Then you stay awake for at least an hour, no more than 4. Then you go back to bed and then think of a word, one word, any name. I'm gonna do Jerry. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys in an hour and a half. It's 3 a.m. Freaky Gavin's out.
So I went to sleep for about an hour and a half. Sorry, the footage is extremely blurry. It just was not in focus at all. And then I woke up.
Alright.
Oh god.
I slept for an hour and a half. Now I have to stay awake for at least an hour.
It then took every ounce of willpower I had to stay awake for an hour. But I did stay up for an hour. And then I went back to sleep.
Alright.
I don't think none of them are gonna work. I think it's just gotta be like a person type of thing.
It went just as according to plan. I repeated it in my head. And I will say, for some reason, something about me being very tired, it felt like I was starting to hallucinate while my eyes were closed. It felt really weird. But then nothing really happened from there. So...
Well, guys, for a second there when I was going to sleep, I did feel like a little bit weird when I was repeating the name over and over. I was really tired. I felt like I was like feeling a little.
I feel like I'm really hitting
I was
a
using
plateau
the Kid
with,
Leroy emote.
These methods have been going downhill since the beginning. So I think this is the perfect time now to talk to an expert, to talk to somebody who studied sleep paralysis.
Yes, we finally
and
get
figure
to
out
know.
finally what this is. Are these demons? And maybe he knows how I can get this to happen to myself so I can answer those questions for you guys in the final night with Method 6.
I'm Sam Kashani. I'm a sleep medicine physician, and I'm also president of the California Sleep Society and a huge sleep nerd.
Can you explain what happens during sleep paralysis?
So sleep paralysis is a phenomena that occurs usually in the transition into sleep or the transition out of sleep. Essentially, your muscles are paralyzed. Commonly, a lot of people will talk about seeing the demon at nighttime or seeing somebody
sleep
coming at them.
demons.
Right? That's part of the sleep paralysis. The eyes can be open or the eyes can be closed. The question really is, why the paralysis? Where is this coming from?
Yeah.
The whole whole idea is that during rapid eye movement sleep, that's when our muscles are supposed to get physiologically paralyzed. And it's for that reason we don't act our dreams out. That's kind of like a protective mechanism to make sure we don't hurt ourselves. Instead of being contained within REM sleep, it spills out a little bit into the first moment that
That's
you're
actually
awake.
so interesting. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And that's why the hallucinations too, because again...
Wait, is that how we get lucid dreams? Because we have that muscle that protects us from acting out our dreams. Yo, I had some crazy dreams. I used to have dreams where like I would have sex.
It's part of imagery. So really what these are fragments of rapid eye movement sleep.
Do you believe could be anything supernatural, or is it just your brain?
I'm a very spiritual person, I will say that. I don't know, I mean, this is my specialty, so like I'm so aware of the science behind it that it makes it hard to kind of look at it any other way.
That's fair.
Boring doctor answer.
Do you think somebody can force sleep paralysis to happen?
I don't think so. But there are definitely ways that you could, you know, precipitate episodes of sleep paralysis, sleep deprive yourself, go jet lag yourself, you know, travel across time zones and end up kind of building sleep debt.
You probably wouldn't recommend this, but I'm planning on tonight not sleeping and then tomorrow night seeing what happens.
There's a good chance. Yeah, that's a good technique. Yeah, it may work. It very well may work.
That's basically it. Thank you so much.
Sam Kashani MD or Sam Kashani MD on LinkedIn.
So I took his advice and I didn't sleep all night. I've been drinking copious amounts of caffeine, injecting it into my blood. It's getting pretty difficult to stay awake already. Some of the other nights, I'm gonna be real with you, I was scared. I was a little bit scared that I was gonna see something.
That's the sleep paralysis.
I hope I see something tonight. We kind of honestly figured out how sleep paralysis happens, so the last question on my mind is, are these things demons, or are they just in my head?
I just think they're in your
Get out of my head! Ah.
Jesus Christ.
All this training for this moment. I've been training to sleep by not sleeping. I fell asleep pretty quickly, and my hand kept twitching weird, but unfortunately, nothing ended up happening. But I still had some final questions. Why is it so often that a lot of these hallucinations are scary? Like, they're scary ones.
That's true. That's absolutely true. They may or may not be. Really, dreams and nightmares and dream content are really very much a reflection of our emotions, because the same part of our brain that modulates dreaming is the same part of the brain that modulates emotional regulation.
Yeah, it's Ace's emails.
Say, like, yeah, it really doesn't bother me. It's kind of hilarious. And then I have other people that are like, oh my God, it's terrifying. I don't even want to go to sleep some nights. One way to treat sleep paralysis is an antidepressant.
But basically, sleep paralysis is caused because your body paralyzes itself so you don't act out your dreams, and that can also kind of cause hallucinations, which are from your dreams.
I'm telling y'all, I feel like we don't appreciate our bodies as much. Shout out to the body, bro. Shout out to the white cells. Shout out to the blood cells. Shout out to my whole body for keeping me alive, from keeping me from acting out my dreams. Now, is my body hating from me getting, you know, a girl in my dreams and acting it out? Yes, my body's hating, but guess what? It's saving me at the same time. Shout out my body, bro.
As for what people see, might just be their emotions, or who knows, maybe it is something supernatural. Real quick, I literally found the people I talked to earlier from my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, there's a chance you get in a video in the future.
Ooh, I'll try to see who that girl is, though. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Let me know if you guys have any stories about sleep paralysis. I'm really interested if you guys have anything. Yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, any theories of why it could happen, anything in general, just comment down below. I'm gonna read it and I would love to see it. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. And without further ado, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.